So I wanted to do like another one of those um videos about talking about something. Okay, so I'm gonna take it from a point to understand maybe like an old point. Okay, so like first, so right, so somebody didn't if somebody didn't really want to have um a child, but the first one you actually went numb for some reason and you lost it in a miscarriage. The first one was in an older state of being, let's say. The second one was just as important to you, but you kind of lost a numbness feeling to that first one, and the other person was really pushing right about it. So like when I started seeing the things that they were kind of posting as like cancer or something like that, I was thinking to myself, you know, the stories that are coming through, I really think, and I don't want the screen to go creepy, but I think the ham sham thing might have been true, because, like, there was a girl that said that she had, like, cancer in the womb. And I think there's two things going on here, but I have to describe kind of like this experience that when the first one, because, like, they were showing a picture of a full grown man, and he was hurt, you know, I'm not gonna like want this for anyone. Like I'm a person that doesn't think you should die in a weird way type thing. Um, and something like long, like that, like what the fuck. So anyways, the the like the little baby thing or whatever was probably like only like a couple weeks. The other one was almost 2 months, and the other one barely had arms, like the first one, and that was a miscarriage. So I'm thinking they're really basing this off of that and making some dads believe it, or something like that. So I'm going to read to you the 16 candles, okay? So it's in number 16, and for some reason I wanted to burn numbers so bad. I was just like, it was so cold, messed up, cold and messed up, that I just basically wanted to, if you can't pick up sticks to keep warm, I'm going to burn numbers 16. Um, okay, so when I was going through the phone book when I was 16 years old, or like close to that, this would be after that then actually, there was like this little sweet, it's nice, it's like little, kind of like spirit thing, and it kind of like looks like it's a little white protesty thingy or whatever. And I'm like, what is that? You know? Now, I hear that Aaron and, they call it Mount Hor and Mount Carmel are having an issue because Aaron's talking like heaven and your favorite pastime. So that means that something's like up there that's like thinking heaven as its favorite pastime, or like playing golf or going to the movies or something like that, like stuff like that or something like that. So I was like, ooh. And then on a rooftop once, I really did see that, like a little spirit come by. And it's not like it's beat or something. It's not. I think it's one that takes people off to, like if they have kids, they will not know the difference type of spirit. But I guess it's important because I think sometimes I'm bored just to find those things that people are missing, and I like God makes me almost have that step that doesn't do exactly the right thing the first time. Okay, so um now I'm thinking though number 16 might be an actual astral pole, actually, too. I went to my job the other day, and I didn't see it before, but they sent a Christmas card to land at the night table, and it's it's an older lady with sunspots. So when they tech us, we get teched like little babies or something like that. So like you know how the babies, I have a little bit of it already naturally. This is why it kind of worked really well because like even the guy at the gas station was like, sometimes you look like a baby or something with my old IDs and stuff. But like like they have like little sunspots. Then I was gonna work at this gas station somewhere, and this lady goes, I had skin cancer in the womb. And I was like, what? How can you have skin cancer in the womb? I mean, do you know that it takes time to find that, let alone you're like covered, and then let alone a lot of that time your skin is not fully grown. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So then, a little bit later on, anyways, I saw that they tagged. It looked like. Now, don't get me wrong. They could have been just taking a picture and mailing it, and like and freaking this weird thing that I would totally stay away from the two that are doing this. I would stay away from completely. But I have to thank Jacob for something, and I'm gonna get to the end of that in a second. It looked like my sister-in-law, but from my ex, other relations didn't work out, and she's got the sunbake, like when you run out in the sun, you get the sunspots and stuff like that, so that gets to show up like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So one's doing the ages thing, and one's doing the actual death of older people, or death, a weird death, or something like that. I have no fucking idea. And it's really creepy. It's very sad, and I do not like it. I also don't want to be a part of that chip thing. So chip is a completely different thing, and it's probably from an astral pole from a cat or something. But or something that was where they intentionally tried to use cat, but then it got applied to a lot of people. But there's God's really knows the remorse in people's heart. They really do. And everything. And there's no like extreme hatred. But if I don't say anything and actually turn away from it, it'll kind of morph. It'll like mold into like a weird thing, right? Because I really wanted to take Big Leg, redheaded calling eye Big Leg, out of the situation house, or if you want to call it. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So, what was I gonna do? And so, like, should I go into thanking Jacob for something else? There was something really else that I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. So, they're like from Thailand, right? So, like, I have this dream, and this one I think is done between Joseph and Jacob somehow. Because, like, I kept getting the comet thing, like, they're basically just worshiping a comet or something in the end, and I was listening to the song, and I know Jacob's the only one that deals with that 14th century monastery bullshit with, Rachel and Rebecca, right? So, like, basically, you know how I said the Diana thing, like put her to sleep, and then the kids keep touching the clothing of Jesus? Then I had this dream about like me, and there's a guy, of course, sitting on me. He's sitting on me, and I'm trying to reach up and pop his pimples. If I could just pop the motherfucker's pimples off his fucking back. And in front of him, he has a girl that's acting out everything he wants done. So there's like a two girl, just like they did with the monastery thing. They didn't tell the story completely correct, but they tell it like, um, no, it wasn't Rebecca, Leia and, sorry, Leia and Rachel, right? So I was like, when I was younger, um, there was a Filipino girl, and she was like the dark, on the dark side, right? And they always had like it going, it was always going somewhere else. It was either a star guy or it was Hawaii, and it was like always going somewhere else with that. And then I didn't see him anymore. And it was always with kind of abusive guys. So I just want to like picture myself. I just want to tease the assholes out there and get underneath a table with a big Buddha on it. And I want to pimp, I'm sorry, I want to pop pimples off of your back. No, just kidding. I don't want to. Jacob's basically saying they're assholes.